Hello, Applied Pre-Cal. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite things in all of science and math is negative exponents. So since we're in math, we're going to be working with the math side of things. I'll show you the science side of things as well, but a negative exponent just means that you set your number up as a fraction. So if you're in the numerator, in this case here, I'm in the numerator, you set that value up in the denominator. So my x, which was in the numerator, is now in the denominator, and my exponent has flipped. If I look at it with a number, if I have 10 to the negative 2, well, I still keep 10 to the 2, but it's now 10 to the positive 2. And instead of being in the numerator, on the top of a fraction, I'm now in the bottom of a fraction. I can use some more complicated examples. For instance, I could have 4 to the negative 3 halves. So we have a fractional exponent and it's negative. Great. Well, I can start by working with the numerator first, which is always the exponent acting on the number. So I still have 1 over 4, 4 to the 3. That negative has now become a positive. And because of the 2, it means that I'm taking a square root. So I'm taking the square root of the entire radical. So where I like negative exponents is when I'm dealing with units in science problems. Particularly in physics, they show up a lot, sometimes in chemistry as well. But an example that you might be familiar with, it might not be as useful for something like this, but you've seen 25 kilometers per hour, maybe on a road sign. Well, this kilometers per hour is actually in a fraction. It's kilometers on top of the fraction, hours on the bottom of the fraction. If I was doing a whole bunch of math with this number, as I've been really in your face about keeping your units through this semester, well, in physics and chemistry, you might have someone's life on your hands. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your units. And working with fractions and fractions of units can get a little bit complicated. So if we use negative exponents, I can get rid of my fractions. I end up getting 25 kilometers and then hours to the negative 1. Maybe it doesn't look so exciting for you right now, but remember that you can do this. For the 2 or 3 of you that do remember going into physics and chemistry, once you start doing that in your work, you'll realize that it cleans things up a lot better than having a bunch of fractions all over the place. Okay, so I've got nothing else to add for negative exponents. This is something you just gotta practice. So I'll post that up for you, and feel free to give me a shout if there are any questions, you're not sure how to work through a certain part of it.